Okay, good morning all, and we're back in the top tier presentation of CPEBR. And today we have Agnes, yes, to present the article that she select. Okay, the time is yours, Agnes.
Okay, thank you for the time. Good morning, everyone. So today I'm going to deliver a top-tier article presentation. So the title is Effects of Accounting Conservatism on Investment Efficiency and Innovation. So this is published in 2020, published in Journal of Accounting and Economics. And before I'm going to explain you later about the idea of this article, maybe I want to explain first why I'm choosing this kind of article, because this study consider about investment efficiency that I think this research topic we can more explore about this one. We can combine and extend this kind of literature with another variables like the corporate governance structure, or maybe the variation of corporate board characteristic data that we already have. So that's why I choosing this article. And I want to give you a disclaimer first, because actually this article was not testing using empirical data. And I was quite shocked when I was reading, because I already read much about the introduction paragraph, but I was just know that actually not use this article not testing with empirical data, but also not kind of literature review, but actually they kind of article that using I mean like a proposal model. So maybe I want to show you first, but wait, why I can stop share with it. I will share screen all. I think there is a problem because I cannot show you the journal, because whenever I want to share screen, it just appear my presentation maybe later. It's okay. So maybe I want to deliver the logical idea that built in this article. Okay, wait, I think there is a problem. Okay. So this article actually the purpose wants to know about how the bias in financial reporting can affect the manager's incentive to engage in or invest in innovative projects. But the independent variable is the conservatism, which is this concept. The conservatism and innovative projects actually seems both contrary, because we know that conservatism itself is like when manager has a stricter standard to recognize good news rather than the bad ones. Therefore, we can say that conservatism is more the concept more likely they more likely to be risk averse or avoid the risk. While well, the other one, when managers want to invest in innovative projects, they should be in another condition that they're more likely to be risk taker. So that the rational idea actually based on the logical, the more conservatism or maybe more conservative accounting reports will discourage the manager's incentive to invest in innovative projects. It's because the conservatism itself can reduce the likelihood of risky innovation that may be affect the future earning reports. So basically, conservatism accounting practice allow the companies to prepare financial report with caution. So they more likely to play safe, and they more using methods that they prefer understate rather than the overstatement. So that's why this article also mentioned in the paragraph that if companies engage to more conservative accounting policies, they less likely to issue a favorable report. But if the relative they can issue a favorable report, even though they are engaged to more conservative accounting report, it might imply that they really have a high performance. So this article revealing that conservative reporting actually based on logical or rational thinking, that conservative reporting actually can discourage or maybe reduce the manager's incentive to invest in innovative projects. But this article actually, because what I said earlier, that this article actually proposed some models. Maybe I want to show you later in the in the file. Actually, there a lot of pages that talk about models, but frankly speaking, that I'm not really understand, and maybe I can say that I really have no idea about the model, but I know. I mean, I am understand about the logical reason about the conservatism and the innovation. So because the logical idea that conservatism can discourage the manager's incentive to invest in innovative project, but they actually consider about the incentive contracting. So what is incentive contracting? So what I got actually from this article, incentive contracting is like a management's compensation. I think it's more likely similar. um, they consider about this kind of corporate boards tool that can actually control the action of management. So corporate board can design this incentive pay, and actually with kind of incentive payment or with the compensation to management, actually this one can be a tool to encourage management to more invest in innovative projects. So they yeah, they can encourage the management to more invest. So this article also says that more conservative accounting actually can cause pursuing innovation less attractive for the management. Therefore, investment efficiency can be happen if the manager are actually more likely to overinvestment. But it will worsen investment efficiency if the management itself already more likely to be underinvest. So that's the idea. Therefore, conservatism can increase or decrease the firm value. But once again, I said that because of this article consider about the incentive contracting or maybe the compensation, so it can control the action of management, and it can the result is like this corporate boards tool can encourage the management to invest, and it will reduce the over investment. So the contribution of this article actually is to provide insight about how conservative accounting can relate to optimal contracting, investment efficiency, and innovation. But this paper is emphasized that they actually not want to show the real effect of conservative accounting policies, but want to show that more conservative accounting actually allows the board to design contracts that can better address the dual problem of inducing the effort and efficient investment. So the logical or the basic thinking that I already mentioned in the beginning actually not really. I mean they want to explain that because of the compensation it can be contrary with the logical reasoning. So I'm sorry, maybe you can mute your speaker if you don't want to speak or maybe want to say something. Maybe I can check. Okay, thank you. Okay, so basically, this paper revealed that and want to emphasize that conservative accounting actually doesn't discourage innovation, but instead can encourage innovation. So this is the main point of this. I'm sorry, maybe Ajit, you can mute you. Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, so again, I want to emphasize that the final result of this paper actually wants to deliver the idea that actually more conservative accounting doesn't discourage innovation, but instead can encourage innovation, but as long as under um, as long as under the under the under the contract. So can reduce the as long as the conservatism itself can reduce the risk of an overstatement. So this kind of condition allow the board to give a higher pay performance, and therefore an increase in conservatism can encourage the manager's incentive to engage in innovative ideas. So it can also reduce the likelihood to overinvest, and ultimately can encourage the higher firm value. So this all about the explanation, but I want to show you first about the article. Okay, so yeah, I just want to show you that from 23 pages of this file, actually a lot of this paper mentioned a lot about the model they proposed, and yeah, I'm not really understand about all of this, but I think about the idea I already explained it before, and I just want to let you all know that actually we have I think we have the data about accounting conservatism and investment efficiency, since this article is like not empirical research. Maybe we can conduct a research, or even though it's replication, or maybe we want to extend the literature using another kind of corporate governance. I think it's possible and feasible. And I want to show you that even though it's not explained in this article, that CPEBR I think has a data of accounting conservatism, because my friend Zaila, her undergraduate thesis actually using the data of accounting conservatism. That I just show you this one. So from her thesis, I know that the accounting conservatism can use three types of measurement, but I think another literature maybe has another kind of measurement, but maybe I think for the data that CPEBR have right now, actually based on these three. So for the first one is market-based measure. So it's referring to the prior literature by Beaver and Ryan in 2000. I think it's if we want to extend the data, because it's only for till 2018. I think it's possible for us to extend the data, because it's just maybe like input the variables referring to the prior literature and using the residual regression in data. Maybe I think it's possible. So in her thesis, Zaila mentioned that it's like a score. The final output is like a score. So if the higher scores means more conservatism. And the second one is using accrual-based measure. Actually, I think that it's like just an ordinary equation. It's like a sum and minus the variables that are actually we also have, right? It's the like a financial data that from Osiris. I think we can also access this. We can extend the data till 2019, but yeah, also the second one is also like a score, but this one is contrary with previous measurement, which is that a lower score implies more conservatism. So that's why that if we want to use the second measurement, we have to multiply by -1 to make it more easier for us to interpret. And the third one is skewness-based measure. Yeah. I really have no idea about this one, because yeah, I just don't know actually what's the meaning. I mean, like how to calculate the skewness of earnings, but I think it's possible also for us, because the data itself is like a financial data. Maybe Mas Fajar or Mbak Nadia maybe later want to spill something, maybe they're familiar about this measurement, because yeah, I don't know, is it the same with the residual regression or no? I'm honestly have no idea about the third one. So but the investment efficiency itself, actually the data we also have, maybe I'm not going to show you because I'm not going to show you because we already the data have we already have the data from 2010 till 2019, and actually we have for kind of measurement measurement for investment efficiency. So I think that's all that I can deliver for today. I'm really sorry that I have mistakes and cannot really explain deeply about this article, but I just want to show you that we my purpose to bring this article is to encourage you all to extend the literature using the idea of conservatism or the investment efficiency, since we have the data. And also innovation itself, I think we can use the R&D, and it's already available in the Osiris. Okay, thank you for your attention. That's all my delivering the article today. I will give you time to maybe anything that want to be discussed. Thank you.
Okay, before we step further into a Q&A session, I need to remind all of you that it is okay that we are discussing this type of article, and like before this we have Aji who has discussed qualitative papers, and now like model discussion maybe. Yeah? I forget the term of this type article, but this kind article is discussing a proper model maybe, as far as I know. It is okay, but maybe in the next round of presentation, we need to prioritize the quantitative paper, so we know that the presentation of the tables that might inspire us to, well, a new model of table presentation maybe, and something like that. But it is not prohibited to discuss this kind of paper. Okay, that's that I want to remind before we are going to Q&A. So let's start the Q&A session. Anyone?
Okay. Can I ask my question, Mas Jack?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, Agnes. I want to ask you about, disclaimer before I ask my question. I'm not really expert and exciting with this topic about accounting conservatism. Okay, Agnes, about your presentation, can I conclude that accounting conservatism itu accounting conservative is about menghindari risk, and how to avoid the risk. The management can disclose information, can less disclose information in MD information in annual report. How about your opinion if I conclude that accounting conservative is about avoid the risk, is only avoid the risk, and I'm not really I just little not fully reading this paper, this article, but I show in section 2 is about model, about timing, innovation, effort, project choice, and accounting report. It's is tell about the model of accounting conservatism? Is the process or what gitu? I don't really understand about this model. Okay, this is enough for my question. Thank you, Agnes.
Okay, thank you, Titis, for the question. So maybe I want to re-explain that as far as I know that concept of accounting conservatism is actually when the manager, the management of the company, they have a stricter standard. I mean, when it comes to the stricter standard, they more like I can say they frightened to, or maybe afraid to recognize when it comes to good news. So they are more reluctant to, not directly reluctant, but they're more afraid if they have to recognize the profit for the example. So that's why it's stated in this one that they have a stricter verification standard for recognizing good news. So this concept of conservatism, it can be lead to the condition or circumstances that the management itself are more likely to be risk averse, or maybe you, as you previously stated, that the management, when they have a conservative reporting, they will more likely to avoid the risk. So I think it's almost similar. So they want to make it play safe. In these articles, they stated that it's like a play safe. So they want to they prefer to be understate, to prefer understate rather than overstate. So they just want to play safe. It's actually the concept of accounting conservatism. But for your second question, actually, I'm frankly speaking that I'm not really read the model, because since I don't know. I really have no idea about the model. So I don't know, is it actually the proxies or what? But maybe wait, I can read it. I need a little bit time to read for actually what's the relation about timing, innovation, effort with the model of conservatism.
Okay, I get the point. So you said about accounting conservatism is about avoid the bad news. It's all about avoid bad news, or maybe
avoid the bad.
Yeah.
Actually, they not avoid the bad news, but they more anticipate the good news one. So they don't want to like directly recognize the profit, like directly they recognize the good news. So they prefer to be understood rather than overstate.
Okay. So the management still disclose about bad news, yeah? Or delaying, maybe not disclosing at all.
Okay, maybe the if you ask about the disclosure, yeah, I think I don't know, is there any research that already study about the connectivity of conservatism and the disclosure of MD&A? But I think they still disclose. I mean, like it's based on preference of management. But once I get that from this article, actually, if the companies applies of a conservative accounting policies, actually they less likely to issue favorable report. So that's might be that if they less likely to issue a favorable report, there is a possibility that maybe they just want to disclose. They are willing to disclose the reality in their MD&A disclosure. But it was just my opinion. But maybe there was another research, maybe another extended literature that talk about the relationship between conservatism and the disclosure of MDNA, but unfortunately, I have not read about that kind of literature before.
Okay, thank you, Agnes.
Okay, thank you, Titi, for the discussion. Is there any question? But once again, I want to apologize that I'm choosing this article because yeah, maybe it's right. Maybe it's better for us to next choosing the article that suitable for our daily project, maybe like the quantitative one. But once again, because I think the idea of this the idea that put in this article is possible for us to conduct a research because we have the data and also we can do extend literature or using variation of variables. Maybe for the yeah, but it's also important. It's true that Mas Fajar said that it's also important for us to pay attention to the tables provided, like the regression tables provided, and then the robustness test provided by the top tier article journals that using a quantitative one. So, is there anyone that want to discuss again, or maybe want to make sure about the idea of this article?
Yeah, Agnes.
Okay.
Thank you for the great presentation. I'm not clear whether this is quantitative or qualitative since the title is about the effect, right? The effect of investment. Okay. And then second question, it's what tools are used by the author in answering the research questions? And then the third question is what is the difference between the proposition and hypothesis?
Okay. Yeah, okay. Maybe since Mbak Nadia late to join because you are have a previous meeting, it's okay. But I want to say it again that actually I said it a disclaimer in the beginning of my presentation that actually this kind of article different with the kind of article that we used to read, and it's this article actually not testing. Yeah, I mean that's why I think it's okay for us maybe if we want to replicate or maybe we want to yeah, it's my opinion that maybe we want to replicate or maybe we want to using a variation of another variables that we had by using this idea. So actually, Mbak Nadia, that this article of proposing the model. So Mas Fajar previously mentioned the name, I mean the type of this article, but I forgot. Mas Fajar, maybe you can say it again. What's the name of this kind of article?
Okay, actually I also forget the specific term, but
yeah,
this kind of article is like testing a new model, like the one who proposed the like Z-score, the financial distress is Altman, or maybe you are familiar with earnings management, discretionary accrual with Kotari, modified Jones, and etc. That's the paper that, well, something like this.
Yeah, like for it's maybe can be said as a foundation of us if we want to further conduct research. Is it something like that? It's like a foundation or something that can be paid yeah to support our empirical research. Is it like that? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so Mbak Nadia, I'm not really sure actually what's the difference between the proposition and hypothesis, but maybe propose they just because it's like maybe still I'm not say that this idea is new, but maybe because the before there was no empirical research about this too. Maybe that's why they want to propose a model and they want to propose an idea. That's why it's called a proposition, not hypothesis like we used to know for study about the relationship among variables in the quantitative. So that's one. So they actually not using data like I've mentioned earlier. So that's why that maybe we can, I think, and also this article, I can say that's quite a recent article that published in 2020. So it's really possible, I think, for us if we want to, further conduct a research about this topic. Okay, is there anyone that want to ask question or maybe want to discuss something? Okay, maybe I want to give you a suggestion, yeah, for you all. So maybe it's better for you all to before you read all the introduction, maybe you have to directly jump to the third section, I mean like the methodology, because I was already read this one and I find it interesting, and I just was quite shocked that, oh my goodness, why this article is not empirical research. And I will I honestly speaking, I didn't have much time to reread again from the beginning another kind of articles. So but yeah, but I have I think that I have quite enough reason to still to present and deliver the idea of this research. That's why I think that why not, I think it's possible for me to deliver this one. But yeah, so please for the next presenter, I think you have to more prepare about, yeah, just directly after you read the abstract, just directly jump to the methodology and make sure that it's empirical one, and also like familiar with kind of research that we already had. Okay, is there anyone to question? Anyone to ask a question?
Okay. Okay, there is any question again? Okay, if there is no one, the one who brings question, then I need to, well, I'm not questioning, but just like a comment, right? Okay, it's just like Agnes said before that accounting conservatism and investment efficiency and innovation. Okay, actually the three of these variable I already like try it and calculating, and the investment efficiency is on the way in publication, and innovation you maybe you can refer to my military connection paper that testing on its innovation also. As I want to focus on the accounting conservatism, as it's maybe quite new for all of you, then maybe you can jump to Saila thesis, Agnes. Okay. As you can see, there is three. In that time, I also one aside than Melinda, I'm also the one who assists Saila to calculate these things. So maybe you can in other time you can refer or you can ask me about this measurement. Actually, it's quite simple as you can see, but we need to extend our database. As you can maybe access series, yes, or series or that or library has subscribed it. As it need 6 years ago, then maybe as you can, your research period is 2010 to 2019, maybe you need to update, you need data up to 2004 then, if you are select the Beaver and Ryan, yeah, and etc. And the third one, it's as far as I know, it's need 5 years. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I'm quite forget, it's long time ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Okay, I want to share screen. Could you share? Okay, I will show you all that paper that focus on accounting conservation. Okay, let's see. Where do I put it? It's maybe. This paper is in 2015, as you can see. Okay, International Journal of Auditing. It should be quite qualified journal. And the model is quite like this. It is the model that not used by Saila, but it's actually quite simple. Maybe it's look complicated, but it's actually simple. Okay, so in this paper there is three. I don't know. I forget. There is two conservatism that others than Saila use. The first one is Basu model. The second one is Bol and Sivakumar model. I will share this article. Please remind me after this section. The first model is using like this. So it is not using residual like earnings management, investment efficiency. No, it is not using that. So as you can, I will just focus on the Basu model. X is operating profit. The R is what is scored one if RRA is negative. So we need to refer to RRA. The RRA is annual share return for 3 months after previous T-1, 3 months after the current fiscal year T. It should be available on the Osiris database. And the second one is this, the Bol model. Accruals, as you may see that accruals is difference operating profit and cash flow. And then the second one is the cash flow from operating and dummy cash flow. This model is quite more simple. As you all I know, we have all this data. But this one, it may be a little bit tricky as you need to access Osiris. Okay, how to test it using those two models. As you can see, this model is quite, what is this? It's like, what of this? It is nightmare or what? Then I will quite simple explain this. It is as simple as like it is the first one, the Bol one. I'm sorry, the Basu one, the Basu model. So the dependent of the Basu is X, right? The operating profit. So the X is used. Then the DR, RRA, and DR. It is perfectly same with the previous model that mentioned on the Basu model. So this paper is examining the audit committee characteristic. One is the competencies. The first independent is the competence. So the competence is DR competence is. So the DR1 is interacted with the competence age. The RRA1 is interacted with the competition age, and the RRR1 and DR is interaction also with the competition age. So each variable will be need to be interacted with these three kind of variable. You know, so all of this time we only interacted with two combination variable, right? So if you are using Basu or Bol model, you should have like this kind of model. So we have and the second one is the board size, the common control variable, right? So normally will be board size, then board size times RRA, board size times DR, and board size times RRA and DR. And the next variable is board independence, blah blah blah, and so etc. So it's quite actually, if you look at the first side, it will be very complicated, but actually it's simple as you need just to interact it with the basic model, just like that. So another one, the requirement for this model is the conservatism need to be the dependent variable, not the independent variable, as this paper is not discussing how is in conservatism as independent variable, as the model is different with basic model, right? The difference actually we normally the X will be the conservatism, but in this model, Basu and Bol model is not just like that. Okay. that's all that I wanted to share regarding the conservatism. Hopefully you will understand this, what I bluffing about, right?
Hello.
Okay. Yes.
Hello. Okay. I just want to want to make sure. So is it that we only like put it the variables and regress, just using a regression?
Yes.
Oh.
Then should be the result you can see on here, the model. Wait, as you can see, the variable is so many as the model is looks like very complicated, but well, it's interaction and interaction and interaction and etc. So you should be look this one. I will.
Yeah, but which variable that will imply the accounting comparison?
It should be this one. I think it should be this one. I will check it more. So the less interaction, right? The RRA, the DR, and the actual independent. This will be served as the independent ones.
Okay.
And this will be served as the second independent one. I'm sorry, this little bit. Yeah, that I want. This serves as the third one, and this serves as the fourth one, as they are using 4 characteristics of audit committee, 4 types of audit committee. If you are using Xyla, not Xyla model actually, model that used by Xyla, it will be like a normal regression. Okay. Any question? Or my internet is not connected? Oh, my internet is connected. Okay. If there is no question, it would be interesting if you are using starting using a new variable like accounting conservatism, conservatism, as it is, one of Dr. Iman colleague in the in Carleton University, if I'm not forget, the Imran Haider, Dr. Imran Haider, he said that conservatism is he said that conservatism is doctoral variable, it's only like doctoral student that only does it. But well, if you want to a step further, then it will be very nice if you use them. Okay, that's all for today. I hope this will enlighten you to publish some article that more qualified article. So thank you for your attention. Thank you for Agnes who present today, and see you in the next round. Thank you all and see you.